They told him failure is the end. But what if failure isn't your enemy? What if it's your greatest ally? Today, you're going to hear how one man turned every no, every setback, and every broken dream into the fuel that powered his comeback. This is the story of Daniel Walker, the man who discovered that the difference between those who quit and those who rise isn't luck. It's what you choose to do when everything seems lost. Daniel Walker walked into life believing he was unstoppable. Growing up, he was the kid with the plan, the kid who promised his mom he'd make it. He studied late, worked hard, built a vision. By his late 20s, he launched a startup, threw himself into every opportunity, surrounded by hype and headlines. He believed in instant victory, in the climb, in flashy results. But life had a classroom far tougher than expectations. It had failure. The project failed hard. Investors pulled out. The product collapsed. Overnight, success turned into debt, praise into silence. Daniel stood in his empty office, a stack of unpaid invoices, phones unanswered, the echo of what once was. Everything he built seemed to vanish. His friends changed, his confidence faded. And the voice inside whispered, "You were wrong, you wasted your chance." He went home, looked in the mirror, and saw not the hero he expected, but a broken man. One question burned inside him: is this the end? It was 3 a.m. Daniel sat at his desk, the moonlight thin through the window. The silence pressed so hard he could almost hear regret. He thought maybe it's over. But something inside him refused to give in. He remembered the promise to his mom, the dream he once sketched. And he realized it wasn't about the win, it was about the road. He whispered to himself, "This is not how my story ends." The truth he discovered is one most people skip. Failure hurts. Failure humbles. But failure teaches. While everyone chases success, few embrace the lessons hiding inside the fall. Daniel learned that his greatest tool wasn't his idea. It was his experience. The scars, the pain, the nights he wanted to quit. And if used right, those become your secret weapon. He didn't wait for motivation. He didn't wait for signs. He started with one small promise: I'll do one thing every day. Some days it was tiny. Write one page, call one mentor, draw one idea. Other days it hurt, but he showed up anyway. Momentum grew, and here's the key. When you wait for perfect, you'll waste days. When you act imperfect, you gain days. Daniel pressed forward even when the outcome looked bleak, because he had learned that forward motion was the real victory. Then came another test. A new offering, a second shot the world watched. Old fears hit him, fear of failure, fear of judgment. But this time, something different happened. He embraced his past loss and marched anyway. He knew failure had shaped him, not destroyed him. And when this second attempt launched, small, real, honest, it grew. Not explosive, but steady. Reliable, it built trust, not hype. What made Daniel different wasn't the idea. It wasn't the startup. It was this hidden weapon. When you've already lost, you're free to win. Those who have never known a true fall fear it. Those who have embraced it run through walls. You're stronger when you've looked failure in the face and didn't blink. Think about your life. What's the one dream you shelved because you were afraid? What's the one mistake you regret because you believed it defined you? What if you flipped it? What if that mistake wasn't your end, but your launch pad? You may not be where you want to be yet. You may be hearing that familiar voice of doubt. But you also have the greatest teacher you can carry, your own story. Use it, rewrite it, rise. So tonight, remember this. Failure isn't final. Failure is feedback. And the only thing that truly stops you is you giving up on yourself. Don't, because the comeback you're capable of is waiting right behind the version of you who didn't quit. If you found power in this story, hit subscribe to Echoes of Hope. Share this with someone who needs the reminder. You're not done. Your secret weapon is your past, and your future is still yours.